Hi, my name is Sean Spence, the Disability History Guy. My mission is to share the fascinating, important stories of disability history. Years and years of school have taught me just almost nothing about disability. Really, I can think of just one exception, and I guess pretty much everyone knows this, that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt used a wheelchair. It is well known that a man with a major permanent disability ran this country during some of its most trying times. Now, FDR is absolutely one of the great stories of what someone with a disability can accomplish. But the fact is that history is chock full of stories related to disability. History is also full of stories of what we can loosely call the disability rights movement, a span of centuries where people with disabilities work to take control of their own destinies. There are so many stories from disability history, and they really are pretty cool, and they really do need to be told. I was thinking about this the other day, and I made a list of what I think are 10 of the most interesting facts from disability history. And I thought sharing that list might be a good way to introduce the kinds of things I want to share moving forward. Now, I should tell you that this is not just a list of fun stuff. Much of it is anything but fun, but all of it is important and interesting, and all of it should be far more widely known than it is today. So here's my list of 10 interesting things from the history of disability that most folks don't know. Number 1, probably the greatest disability activist in history, Justin Dart Jr., was the grandson of the founder of Walgreens and an heir to the Walgreens fortune. Number 2, in 1939, Hitler ordered widespread killing of the sick and disabled. This Nazi euthanasia program, codenamed Action T4, was created to eliminate, quote, life unworthy of life. Number 3, right here in America, there used to be what we were called ugly laws. Laws that prevented people with visible birth defects and injuries that were deemed ugly from showing themselves in public. Number 4, eugenics, the idea of ridding the human gene pool of imperfections, was not just a Nazi idea. It was an idea that found a great deal of popularity all over the world, and definitely right here in the United States. Number 5, George Bush Sr. was perhaps our greatest presidential champion for the rights of people with disabilities. If he had not been in the White House, we very likely would not have the Americans with Disabilities Act today. Number 6, movie star Clint Eastwood, on the other hand, not so great a champion. As mayor of Carmel by the Sea, California, Eastwood was one of our nation's most visible opponents of the Americans with Disabilities Act, believing it to be too great a burden on small business. Number 7, the Americans with Disabilities Act and how we got it is really just a fascinating story. Number 8, war is obviously horrible, but every single U.S. conflict led to advances in disability rights and treatment. Number 9, the independent living movement started in Berkeley, California. Really, just a cool place for all kinds of protest movements. Number 10, my favorite protest of the disability rights movement. Hundreds of activists, many of whom could not walk at all, some of them wheelchair-using children, climbed the steps of the U.S. Capitol building, crawling all the way to the top. All right. So there's our list of 10 things you probably didn't know. How did it turn out? Did you know any of them? Honestly, I did not know any of them until I started making it my business to know. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I am Sean Spence, the Disability History Guy, and I look forward to getting together again to share more about the great stories of disability history. Thank you.